First off, good morning, everyone. And second off, I am super excited. So, excuse my voice. I am actually really sick. Anyway, so I went to my local Tractor Supply to go get some stuff for the chickens and to check it out because it's brand new and just opened. And I'm all like, ooh, new place. So, I'm really good about that. Anyway, so they have this company called, I'm assuming that's their name, Groot Platinum Performers. I must have bought so much of this stuff. This is only one of many boxes that I've done. It's plant for pollinators. I love that on all their plants that are really good for pollinators, it does have the symbol on it. I picked up these white Carolina pine berries. I've heard so much about pine berries, but I've never actually seen one or tasted one. I've seen it on the internet or people talking about them, but I've never gone to a grocery store, found them or anything to eat them. So, yeah. Anyway, so when I saw this, I was like, oh yeah, I'm down. It was $7.99, GMO free, grown in the USA. This, as you can see from everything in the thing, easy to grow plant, blah, 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 blahs. This is a little bit about them. So I was actually really shocked. So they come in these white bags. So I had the white Carolina. And I was like, okay, cool. But then I opened up the rest of the box and there's these Eversweets in there. I'm like, did I just get duped or gypped or what? Or the two different types of pine berries? Whatever. I did some more research and it says here that for the best fruit production, pine berries require a pollinator plant. So they've included 10 red pollinator strawberries and no extra charge. Well, I'm not sure exactly how much no extra charge really is no extra charge, but it's good that they said, instead of just having to figure out what your pollinator plant's going to be, they just included some extra strawberries, just regular strawberry plants. Eversweet is the variety of them. You can plant, for one pollinator, you can have 3 to 5 pine berries. Now, I know that I have 10 red pollinator plant roots. I'm not sure. I haven't read anything that says how many roots came with the pine berries, but I'm assuming that it would have to be enough to go with the 10. But the problem is that for some reason, when I open this up, and you guys have to be really careful too, because when you're buying things like this in boxes that usually have roots, I lost it, where'd it go? The roots are usually all bound in a ball, and then this is at the base of the roots, a rubber band. So you can't just start free willy-nilly spreading them apart. I already knew what to look for because I've done a lot of these, not this in general or this brand, but I've bought in roots from other brands before. And when they put all the roots in the bag, they kind of just bundle them up with the rubber band. So I knew to already kind of look for it. Now, the way they did the Eversweet roots compared to the white Carolina pine berry roots was a lot different. So these Ever roots obviously were kept in more dirt. They're very large roots already. Some of them even already have growth to them, as you can see. Growth. But then when it came to opening up the pine berry box, they actually have this matted clay type consistency on them, and I really didn't want to damage the roots. I poured a little bit of lukewarm water on them, and I was able to spread them out effectively-ish. So I've already planted, I want to say maybe, let me count in my head real quick. 1, 2, 3, well, that's not in my head. 4, 5, 6. So I've planted about 6 of them. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of them left. Out of the 4, only 1 of them actually showed some kind of growth, but they were very moist already in their container. The soil that was kept with them outside of this clay type stuff was already very moist. I'm wondering if these guys are even any good anymore. They did come in a completely sealed bag, no breathing holes or anything. The bags were tied off with a zip tie. They came in these white bags like you see here, and then they were just tied off like that. So they've just been sitting in a bag. I'm not sure how long, if these guys are actually going to grow or not. I'm not sure if this company has any kind of guarantee or not. If they do grow, looks like something's growing right there. But I'm excited to try them out and see if I can get anything out of them. There could potentially be more roots, but like I said before, this clay stuff is really matted in there with those roots. And I just did not want to damage the plant. It was a lot harder to break this up than the traditional style of just bundling up some of the roots at the crowns. Up here usually is where the rubber band sits, and then all this kind of is just together. But they usually don't lock all that bad. They're usually just sitting together like this. They're not pressed up against each other too hard and stuff. So I'm excited to see what kind of progress and growth I get from this. Now, I'm going to be planting some of these in planter boxes and pots. They do say that both of them do good in planter boxes, raised garden beds, in the ground, in pots. But I've also saw this thing on like a Pinterest or something. Not sure exactly where I saw it, but I wanted to take this old food thing, like a food hammock, like for produce and stuff, and turn it into a planter box. We don't have room for it in our house anymore. It's getting a little old and a little warped. So I was really excited to try it out, and I'm going to go walk over and show you guys. So I'm really excited. I'm going to be hanging this from a tree. I just put a couple roots in there, not too many. And I did make sure that there was one of the pollinator roots per, 3 of the pineberry roots. So I took some of this alfalfa hay from my chickens. So we keep a lot of alfalfa hay in with our chickens. They really do love the alfalfa hay. They like making nests with it. They like laying on it. But it does get dirty. Chickens can get messy. So we usually pull out and clean out their boxes every day. So this is actually I had to put my gloves on when I work with the chicken coop and I start to clean it out. We did some spot cleaning, and instead of just wasting this hay, it usually goes in our compost pile. But I decided to use it as like a little barrier. I made a little nest in here. Just like this, as you can see, I just did a little bit, fluffed it up, made a little nest, and it just held the soil in a lot better. This is some soil and stuff that we've been accumulating from around the house and around the yard, and just making it richer and healthier, like our own little compost soil mixture that we've been doing. I went ahead and did put one root on top, and then I gently was able to get the roots inside of these little X's, and then just gently put some soil on top. And I did the same thing again for the planter box. Like I said before, I'm not worried about the fact that the straw is dirty, that there could potentially be like chicken poop on it, because it's just going to be a good natural fertilizer and a great way to just kind of help reuse things and reuse, reduce, and recycle kind of a thing. So I'm excited that this whole thing should definitely work out. Hopefully, try to get the clip here, in our favor. And I will be giving this guy a nice, lovely home pretty soon. I want to put him in a tree, honestly, but the birds, thinking possibly not the best idea. Birds are really good at getting strawberries. So I'm probably just going to make a hook somewhere and probably attach him up here to one of our beans a little bit closer to the house. The birds typically don't come up here, and you know what, if they do get some, they do get some. It is what it is. We have tons more roots, as you've seen, that we'll be putting in the ground and probably placing some kind of netting over them. So this one is just going to be for the birdies, then fine, so be it. We'll get what we can out of it, and we've helped our pollinators and our natural little wildlife. So sorry again for the coughs. I am still sick, but I'm trying. So I hope everyone has a beautiful day. Tell me how you like this little doohickey thing. I'm excited to see if it grows or not. This would work well if you're wondering what else you can do something like this for. Anything very viney, I would say. Green beans would probably benefit from something like this. Tomatoes. I wouldn't do large tomatoes and something like this, because the beefsteak tomatoes and things, they're just a lot larger, but cherry tomatoes would do great. They don't have so much weight to them. The strawberries, the cherry tomatoes, some green beans or Alaska peas or snap peas, anything kind of viney would probably really do good on this. But I would think more so small viney versus big viney, things that aren't going to have too much weight to them. Strawberries obviously can have some weight, but strawberries will never grow as big as a beefsteak tomato. So I'm excited. I hope everyone has a beautiful day. Tell me what you think. If you found out something else that works better, I can't wait to find out and learn more. Drop links or your comments and stuff down at the bottom. Bye-bye.